Hey girls and guys, welcome to the Charron Zone and How to Book Gigs. I'm starting a mini-series which is going to be entitled How to Make Money in the Music Business. Pretty straightforward. So I'm going to do 3 in a row and keep them quick. So the first way to make money in the music business is the most simple and the most obvious is to book gigs and play live. So I'm going to use an example, and I think that the number actually astonished me today when I worked it out. And at the end of this, I'm going to reveal the number that you could be making potentially, and it's probably going to stagger you. I mean, it staggered me. It was pretty mind blowing. So the it's very simple. I mean, if you're not gigging yet, then of course you should be out there trying to get gigs, whether it's solo acoustic, if you're a singer or songwriter, or with a full band. So we'll just boil it down, okay? If you my whole thing is that if you really want to, number one, make money in the music business as an independent artist, the most important thing that you're gonna do, in my estimation and in my experience, is book gigs, because that's where you're gonna start to make money. And so I'll give you this example. If you are a singer-songwriter and you're going out and doing what I did, which was at the beginning of my career for about 5 years, I played hundreds of what I call barstool gigs, where you play at a bar, restaurant, and you play a few hours of cover songs, and then you add some of your original songs in as well. The going rates are between $150 to $250, right? So we'll just use $200 as an average to go to a bar or restaurant and perform solo acoustic covers for a night. Now, if you make, my whole philosophy is, if you're willing to do the hard stuff, which is, for most people, is making phone calls and going after gigs and making 10 or 20 phone calls a day, I suggest that people just start with one per day. As long as they will commit to doing it every day of the week, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, make one phone call, so you just gain momentum. But it's a numbers game. So if you make 20 phone calls and you get one bar or restaurant to book you, you send them your info, your video, your website, all that stuff, and they book you. They pay you $200 a night to go and play at their bar. Hopefully it's close to your house, okay? So if you get that recurring gig, think about how much money that is going to be worth in the long run from just maybe making 20 or 30 or 40 phone calls. It doesn't matter, because these are the numbers, okay? If you're making $200, say you play every single Friday night of the year, right? You only have to get the gig once. That's the beauty of recurring gigs and playing bars and things like that, bars and restaurants, because they need music, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday nights, a lot of them on Sundays. I know, like places like Margaritaville, they have music every single day of the week. They have 3 or 4 different acts playing every single day of the week. So if you just go out and, or make 30 phone calls and get rejected by 29 people, and then one person says yes, you know how much money that's worth to you? You go there, you play every Saturday night or whatever throughout the year. Say you play not even every weekend of the year, you just play 50 out of 52 weeks. At $200 a night, guess how much that equals? $10,000. $10,000 more money per year just for getting one gig. So that's a $10,000 gig. And if you're like I did, I had gigs that I kept indefinitely. So if you play that gig for 5 years, that's $50,000. Now, if you make more phone calls, and you'll probably get word of mouth, and other people will talk about you, and you can get into a second bar. If you're playing 2 nights a week, say Friday and Saturday, there's the math. You're making another $20,000 by playing music. $20,000 a year by getting only 2 gigs. So that is the power of getting gigs, along with everything else that goes along with it, which I will go over in subsequent podcasts. So keep that in mind when you feel down, like we all do, and booking can get very tough, and you take it personally. But when if you go through a down period, and you're kind of sick of people rejecting you, because they will, so don't feel like you're all alone. Definitely, I went through it a billion times. That's literally why I wrote the book, howtobookgigs.com. So if you haven't gotten that, definitely go to the website, howtobookgigs.com. That's why I wrote it, because I wanted to help people not have to go through the pain and all of the rejection. I wanted to give you a fast track, an easier way to get all those gigs, and the high value gigs as well. So there you go. Let me know if you have any questions. Write into me on any of my social media channels, and subscribe to the Charron Zone on iTunes, the podcast, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel.